again, viewers. This time we're going to talk about regulator management or throttle management. So let's get moving. So just like before, reverse it to full forwards. Make sure our cocks are open. They are. Open up the ejector. Goose the throttle a little bit. And I'm going to show you why this time you want to do that. All right, releasing the brakes. Let's come outside. Now let me show you what happens if you just slam the throttle open. Uh-oh. What if you go just 30%? Let's close our cylinder cocks. We got away with that on dry track, but I have seen that go bananas. Especially on wet track. What if we go full throttle now? Well, it looks like it's actually going to cope with that. That's fine. Alright, so this is our second intro to driving. And what I want to show you particularly this time is a little bit more about the brake. So let's just get ourselves set up for a nice cruise. So I'm just bringing my reverser back to the 50 mark. I've still got about 50 odd % on the regulator. My cylinder cocks are closed. Fireman's going hell for leather. Shovel, 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 shovel. You know, if you actually put some coal on your shovel, it might work better, mate. Seriously. Alright. This is probably quick enough for what I want to show you. So I'm going to leave the throttle open because I don't really want to stop. But let me just show you some effects. So we can actually apply the steam brake by itself. And if you need to, if you can get it in the right place, you can actually hook the steam brake so it stays applied while your vacuum brake's off. There's a little hook there. So we just release that hook and we'll release our steam brakes. Now, if you're heading downhill and you need to slow down a little bit, you can just apply just a little bit of brake. That's fine. Apply a bit more. So it's a combination brake valve. You can probably see what's happening here. And you notice I've still got the regulator open because I don't actually want to stop. You notice how it's moving together? So it's applying the vacuum brake, but it's also starting, that cam's pushing on the steam brake, so it applies them proportionally. And the idea is to have about the same braking on both. So this one's vacuum cylinder, this one's the steam cylinder. You can't apply one without the other. It's a bit grumpy at me for slowing down so much. But that's okay. Let's actually stop the regulator now because I want to show you something else to be aware of. So let's go for a full application. And I'm going to close the small ejector. So we've destroyed the vacuum completely. We're down on 0. And we are on a little bit of a slope, so we might roll. So let's just put the handbrake on so we don't roll. Look at that. I used the handbrake. Ooh. Now I'm going to release the vacuum brake. But you notice nothing really happened. And our steam brakes actually stayed on. And if I push this in, it'll just come out again. Because there's no vacuum to keep it in. That's why I say they work together. So that it needs the vacuum to actually pull the steam brake in. So if I open the small ejector, so right now we're on 0 vacuum, you'll see that the brakes will actually start to slowly release. So the steam brake's starting to come off. But the brakes in the carriages probably aren't doing too well because it's pretty slow with the small ejector. And if I turn on the big one, you'll see it jumps really quickly. Now I'd better also just give it some throttle or we're going to roll. There you go. And that's what you need to do to manage your brake. It's the same in the 8F, in the freight locomotive. There are some differences in the freight locomotive, so let's go and jump over to do a little bit of freight, and I'll do that in the next tutorial. So just recapping, this is a combination brake with a steam brake and a vacuum brake, and they work together in concert. All right, see you on the next one.